Earlier on this week, we recorded episode 89 of Soccer Cards United, and now it's time for Postcards United. This is our bonus Q&A podcast. Enzo, I was thinking it's a bonus podcast, and usually podcasts have their bonus show behind some sort of a paywall, but we call this a bonus, and it's just free for everyone.
Yeah, you couldn't charge for this.
That's true. So I'm Jason, and that's Enzo, and as you can see from the background behind me, I'm still in Prague, and
I'm
yesterday
still in my room.
You're still in your room. It's a nice background, though.
Thank
Iconic
you.
to any soccercardsunited.com patrons.
Yeah, it blurs in when you make the thumbnail. It actually just blur. It's a mess. It's a terrible background. I need to do better. But right now, I didn't even set it this time. It's just automatically set. But in the background, my room is a shambles because I was packing some shit today, and there's just a lot happening. My room just seems to get smaller and smaller, Jason, because everything's everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's fucking bubble wrap back there. It's a mess. I need to.
That's a good advertisement for soccercardsunited.com. Go and buy some stuff from soccercardsunited.com. Enzo's drowning.
My room is I can't swim. My room is there's too much product in my room. There's too much bikes. I need
not
help.
Enough out there with the people.
No, the people aren't supporting us anymore. Lads, we sent out the last email, not a sale. I'll be transparent.
Not a single sale from the last mailing list. Yeah. And you know what?
A few people unsubscribed, Jason. Would you
Did
believe?
They?
Yeah.
People are saying, listen, I can't.
Not in this economy, they're saying.
Not in this economy. No.
You can't.
In your dreams.
Because we got the La Liga mosaic. I was like, these.
We went to the trouble of finding a
premium
panini link at a good price.
And I thought our base was gonna oh my god, our base must have their panini fix. They have to.
Yeah.
It's been 2 years, and like the lads just giving me stickers. I'll find my mosaics elsewhere. They said.
Yeah. So that's thanks for reading anyone who didn't subscribe. Didn't unsubscribe.
Yeah,
we used to thank people that bought from the site, but now we're just thanking people that aren't unsubscribing from the mailing list.
I'm just happy that they're still here.
They're still here, still watching the show, still listening to the show.
And in fairness, most of them are waiting on Pearl, which is expected. I think tomorrow, maybe. I don't want to be too optimistic, but people in Ireland that I know have got their Pearl in hand, so I'm expecting ours. I mean, it's 4:30. Could come today. Could. I don't want to make any promises, but it could.
Very exciting. Speaking of very exciting, Enzo, yesterday I went to a hobby shop, a local card store here in Prague.
Yeah, you seen that? You made a nice reel. You got creative.
Did you like that?
Yeah, I did. To be honest, I mean, I don't understand the music. If you want to explain that a bit more, the music, we love Bob Marley, but I didn't understand if it was a head nod to something in Prague or if it was just you vibing out.
Just me vibing out.
Okay, you got a compliment on it anyway, so I can't hate.
No, and I just thought it was nice sunny day. It was just, yeah.
Tell you were feeling.
I was feeling like Bob Marley, and so I was asking people on Twitter, does anyone know where I can buy Sportsu cards? Actually, maybe I asked on the podcast.
You've been asking everyone.
Yeah, and so Soccer Card Ninja,
okay,
who's on Twitter, who's based here in the Czech Republic, he's one of the Twitter OGs.
I didn't know that's where he was based.
Yeah, neither did I until this very week.
Oh.
And he slid into the DMs. Thank you so much to him. And said you got to go to the physical store of the website kartikkarna.cz and check a kind of a Czech version of soccercardsunited.com.
Fair. Is their website better than ours?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I was like, oh, that's great. And
can you link me their website after this? I just want to.
Yeah.
I want to see for myself where we can improve.
And so went out there, got the tram out. Was absolutely. It's been like 20 degrees, 22 degrees here all week. So I've just big sweaty mess like going into this hobby shop. I get to it. It's in like kind of a suburban apartment building. It's like it's kind of small storefront. And I go in, and the second I get there, I'm in the middle of introducing myself. It's not the owner's not there, but an employee is there. And I start saying, I kind of come in.
You come in there like Billy Big Balls. Don't tell me you did that.
So I thought.
Can I say?
Yeah.
Was this your very first sports card shop?
Yeah.
Wow. So we both went to our very first sports card shops within the space of a week or 2 weeks.
Crazy.
Lads, the times are changing.
So we went in. I went in, and I had obviously talked to Soccer Card Ninja, and he said that he would tell the owner that I was coming.
Wow. Jason's coming, the big man.
So I kind of thought like this is all primed for me.
No
So
wonder you were making a reel.
I kind of walk in, saunter in, and then I was about to say something, and a small child, a primary school child, came in with his mother and started looking at packs, and then wanted to buy a pack. So that was kind of awkward. So I had to kind of step to the side, and then he left, and then I just said to the guy,
Oh my god, are you killing our reputation?
I
in
said,
Europe?
hi, I'm Jason. I've just come from Dublin. I've got a hobby shop as well, and I was just wanted to come out here and say hello.
Jesus Christ! Oh my god! And you're tall, which is just makes it worse.
Yeah, I'm tall, and I'm like just like dredging.
You're sweating
because it's so warm, and I had to get a tram and everything. Like, and so then the guy goes like, "Okay," and then I said, "Do you speak English?" And he goes, "A little bit."
Oh my god!
Like as if like
He's
not
like,
enough
this is not
to get whatever you're doing.
Yeah, I don't know what you think you're buying in here, but you're not.
Yeah. So I was just like, okay, well, anyway, do you mind if I just have a look around?
Now it's like, is he a police officer?
Yeah. And it was like, he was like, yeah, because it's like one room. It's like you can kind of like you can turn around where you're standing and see everything.
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
And I kept like trying to make conversation with whoever was working there, and he just like either for language reasons or cultural reasons or just because he didn't like the look of me, kept just being like, yeah, there was no prices or anything. It was all like on the check on the website. But I don't know. It was a fun experience to go there.
Yeah, makes sense.
And I ended up. They had Topps Chrome from this year, Champions League, on the shelves.
Wow.
So they're obviously their supply chain is really
Clean.
clean.
Yeah.
I don't know where they're getting it, but
when you're not an island,
when you're not an island, it helps, I suppose. Yeah.
Yeah, you'd like to imagine.
So I had a look around, and then I said, "Oh, let me get a Sports Zoo box because I want to get that Adam Hojek rookie."
Okay.
And then he was like, "Here's how much the box is from. This is last year's Sports Zoo," and I was like, "I don't want to pay that much."
Ooh.
So then I was like, "Do you have anything from just like this year?" Like, so he was like, "Yes." I bought like a retail box. I'll actually show you here for the YouTube viewers. I don't know if you'll be able to see this. Maybe
the background
like
could. Oh yeah.
Retail
it's
box.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Does that have the rookie or no? Does last year have the rookie?
No, it has patch autos.
What?
No. Yeah, like you can see there. Patch autos.
Damn, and that's like just an off-brand kind of thing.
It's the official.
No, I know that, but it's not like Panini. It's not.
No. It's a Slovakian company called Sports Zoo, and they have the license for the Czech league. Incredible. And then I also got a pack of.
That's so cool. Like if a proper rookie comes out of that league.
Yeah,
and there's like patch. That's cool.
Patches, autos, numbered cards, parallels, the whole lot. Like, and there's another guy, Abdullah Sima, who plays for Slavia Prague, who I think just moved to Brighton this season, and he is a prolific striker as well. So his rookie is in the Czech set as well. So it's quite exciting. And then I got a pack of. Sorry, my virtual background is playing havoc here.
Yeah, absolutely destroying that, but I see it.
It's a pack of Topps Chrome.
Imagine that we finally come to YouTube and you use a virtual background that destroys the one benefit of YouTube.
I know.
This is a disaster.
And then I got a pack of light. You can't see it because it basically says L and H. I had to look at it. I said, "How do I know which one's which?" And then he handed me a marker.
No.
So I have an L and a H written on these packs, but they're to open when I get home.
Yeah. We have a few bits to open when you get home. Might I say?
The hobby pack feels a little bit heavy.
Oh,
because he gave me the box and said pick a pack.
Yeah.
And so I'm digging through.
Yeah. You're slowly weighing them all. The when you get back, we have a 2020 blaster of La Liga Mosaic to open.
Oh, great!
And we have a PGA box with Tiger Woods rookie in it, potentially a hobby box that I picked up in Minnesota. So we'll have a bit to rip.
A lot of video content coming up on the channels.
If we can figure video out.
Yeah. So that was fun. Then I came back and then I was going to go back today, but it didn't work out. Anyway, so it's just amazing to see like that you can just have a hobby shop
physical
here,
storefront.
physical storefront. I'm like, we could have a physical storefront for Soccer Cards United, but like this was like outside the city, and like clearly, it's not like a booming. There's not a lot of foot traffic kind of coming in, you know.
Yeah.
But it's just they're like we have to keep all stuff somewhere anyway. We have to run the business anyway, so we might as well have.
So instead of drowning in it like me, they're like, well, let's have a shop.
Let's just open a little office and we can have a little storefront in it.
Interesting.
But then we don't want to commute.
Oh no, we'd have to have it somewhere local, but we live in the booming metropolis that is Dublin.
Yeah, we live.
There's places, but in my heart, I want to move to Italy, so that's a big problematic thing. So unless you want
to better get used to virtual backgrounds.
Oh, absolutely. We'll get to grips with this Zoom vibe, but do you want to be a storefront man? Because I can't open an Italian storefront; it would be a disaster. The max would take 5%. Would you like to be your own little shop owner by yourself? I don't know.
No,
not really.
No.
But like we could employ like that employee seems like he might not be the owner. He might just be an employee. Maybe we could, if we boomed enough, we could afford to pay someone to be in a shop front.
Yeah, maybe so.
There you go. That's
but then you know, I wouldn't like. I mean,
imagine someone coming from the States and they're like, I'm going to pop into Soccer Cards United, and it's just some bloke.
That's what I mean.
Yeah,
that's what I mean. Like it didn't really fill me with a lot of happiness.
Yeah, no, I get that.
You kind of would want if you showed up to Soccer Cards United store.
Yeah, you're in Ireland. You're popping by. You say, "Oh shit, I'm going to go see the lads."
You walk in and it's like, "Oh, Jason and Enzo don't work here." Like
they're not here.
They're barely in here at all. Like,
no, I'd like to turn like a storefront, but make it a big podcast studio. But if you want to walk in and buy a box, you can. But if we're in the middle of a podcast, you have to wait.
Oh, so it's just us in there.
We're just podcasting. We're just 24/7. No matter what time you come in, we have mics in front of us, and that's all we're doing. Mm-hmm. And then you come in, and you kind of have to be like a library. You kind of have to shut the fuck up, walk around, look at your shit. We're making sure you're not robbing at them, but we're busy. And then if we take a pause, if the on-air sign turns off, then you can talk to us.
Right.
I'm actually interested in buying this because at that point we're going to need to edit, maybe. Maybe. No, the full transaction of someone putting their pin in, we're not editing that out. We're good to do. All right, thank you so much. Oh yeah, have a nice day. Back to that. So La Liga Mosaic, Jason. The checklist. That's how I envision our storefront to be. So
it's in the works. Let me see now. So we can. I think unless there's any other business, we can move on to questions because we're going to start with the first question is about the Finalissima last night.
Why was asking questions about that? I thought maybe I was lucky enough that no one watched it. Like everyone kind of missed. Oh yeah, I was about to take my phone out. I forgot that you've innovated this entire setup.
Don't worry about
it. I thought the Finalissima. I thought everyone just agreed to pretend that game never happened. Because what is it? A fake tournament, as far as I'm concerned.
Well, our first question on Postcards United this week is from Instagram. It's from LDN Cards, and he says, "Explain to me what Mancini was up to last night." So, for anyone who didn't see it,
he was at the game. He was at the game.
So he knows exactly what Mancini was up to. This is just to
hurt me.
This is just to hurt you. Yeah, this is payback for the Euros.
Do you know what? That's definitely true. Two, I DM'd him on Twitter asking how he got the tickets. And I think by the time I seen his response, I had decided that Dublin Airport, I didn't want to get into a 10-minute fight, and I didn't want to queue up an hour outside the airport to go for an hour plane ride. So I said, I'm not going to go. I'm just going to go to the pub with my friends. So I think he's just taking a dig at us one way or another.
Right. So, but it was 3-0 to Argentina.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, was it?
The South American champions against the European champions, and Italy had kind of said that Mancini had said before the match that after this game he was going to renew the squad. A couple of them are retiring. Insigne's moving to the MLS. He'll probably stop playing for the national team. The defense is going to look very different, and all these young players are going to come in. And it did feel like felt like almost like Argentina were playing a final and Italy were playing a testimonial.
Absolutely, a very bad testimonial.
Yeah, that's how it felt shocking to me.
Like the fact that there's no Tonali, and I don't know what he's saying he's going to rejuvenate, but there's a fucking trophy on the line. What are you doing? What are you doing? Lorenzo Insigne, I don't know if he's injured or something, but he popped up at the very end and started giving commiserations to everyone. I was like, wait, you're in the stadium? You're fucking here. What's going on? Why are you not playing? Maybe he's injured. I don't know. I assume Verratti's injured. See, I assume a lot of them just didn't know the game was happening. Because I found out on Saturday, and I'm like hardcore Italian. I didn't know what the fuck was happening.
Yeah, I didn't know it was in Wembley.
No, I found out when Mitch he got his tickets and it's in Wembley, and I was like, wait, what the fuck's going on?
Yeah.
This is the thing. What's happening? And I like to think that a lot of the Italian players found out the exact same way. I think Verratti had a message on his phone, being like, "Where are you?" And he's like, "What?" Because they were all on holiday. It literally seemed like they were on holidays and they got pulled to this game they didn't know about. And whereas Argentina, no disrespect to them, they looked like they were trying to win the World Cup by winning this. I didn't like it.
Well, Argentina have been in camp together for the last week and a half. None of the European-based Argentina players went home after the season ended. They all stayed in Spain, and they've been in training camp together. They obviously are warming up for the World Cup.
Yeah, we're not. So
yeah, so they obviously it's a bigger deal for them. They have
good for them to like win the Cup America, win this. Like it's just experience of lifting trophies, kind of
exactly
that winning.
I thought Leo Messi was just unbelievable. Like after the season he's had with PSG, it was like everything we talked about last summer with the Copa America and how good he was then, and then he kind of switched it off at PSG, and then he used the last few games for PSG when he started scoring loads of goals in April and May. He was nearly warming up for the international games.
Yeah, he was fucking enjoying himself too much.
Lautaro Martinez and Di Maria were great.
Great front three.
Great to see Nicolas Otamendi getting booked for just a completely irrational foul that brought me back a few years.
I missed that. I was like, we haven't gone near Otamendi. What's going on? 37 or something, 38 maybe. I don't fucking know what he is.
Yeah.
I was like, how have we not even? We've done nothing. I like their midfield. Their midfield was workmanlike.
Yes. I was looking at Rodrigo de Paul, obviously, who's an Atletico player, and I'm looking at him going like, where has this been? Like, what are you doing? Like, he's Leo Messi, but you have no excuse. You should be doing this week in, week out. But I think it just reaffirmed my belief that Argentina are
one of the favorites,
if not one of the top two or three. You know, like that are like absolute favorites for me. Very excited for the World Cup.
You know, they're great. I don't think they're as.
Do you think Italy made them look better than they were?
Oh, 100. But Italy could have played that game for the next 10 years. They were never getting a shot on target. Don't mind a fucking goal, like an actual shot on target, not a shot that And the keeper did nothing. Martinez didn't have to do anything.
Yeah.
We were shocked. Toothless up front, which gave them a lot of freedom to go forward
because they weren't afraid of the counter attacks.
There was no counter. There was nothing.
I know.
Like it was just really bad. I like when Scamacca came on. That was nice to see. But like, why is Belotti still getting a shout?
I know.
I don't know. It was just Italy were really, really bad. The midfield was shocking.
Yeah, who was it? Jorginho.
Jorginho has been shocking ever since he thought he was getting a Ballon d'Or. Like,
yeah, Pessina and Barella. Barella lost his cool so early on in the match.
But Barella fucking lost his cool weeks ago in the season. Like he's been shit for Inter for a while.
Yeah. So I don't know.
I don't know what happened with Tonali. To be honest, he's been amazing for Milan.
Yeah, he just wasn't called up.
Yeah, but
stupid.
Yeah, what are you trying to do? Like, to be honest, I think Mancini needs to resign, and not because the performance was bad. I'm just like, you won the Euros, you made people fall in love with the squad again. You failed to qualify for the World Cup, which was shocking, especially because it was against Macedonia, not against Portugal, North Macedonia, which is shocking. Don't stick around for another Euros, because unless you win that Euros,
what was the point?
Yeah, what are you doing? Like let someone else build, that's my, but I guess whoever steps in, if they don't win the Euros, it's a downgrade kind of vibe. So he's probably going to do the Euros and then, I don't know, he's trying to revitalize the team. Maybe that's his whole thing. He's like, I don't really care. I'm just trying to instigate the national team, make it a bit better, bring in young players, whatever. But at the minute,
I think like he was looking at that match last night going like, look, we just have to play this match. Like, I'm going to just get Chiellini and all, just get them out of here. And then I can start again.
But like, shocking.
I know.
Shocking. I didn't like it.
Were you watching it in the living room?
Yeah. There was some Argentinians making fun of me for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
That was fun. They put on the big screen. God bless them. At the set, they didn't have it on at all. They had the Brazilian equivalent of Sky Sports News on, and everyone was like, one Argentinian just went mad. she was just giving it. She's proper angry. She was like, "We'll fucking leave. Like we're here to watch the game. We'll just go somewhere else." And they were like, "Oh."
They were like, "Calm down."
And then they eventually put there was music on. Then they turned on the match because Scotland were against Ukraine.
Yeah.
So a lot of people were there watching that as well, obviously. But we had the big screen, and then they put the commentary. The sound in the room was the commentary for the in Portuguese, or I don't know what language it was in on the big screen. And as soon as they put the commentary on, it was just a huge loud roar, and I was like, Jesus Christ, there's a lot of motherfuckers in here watching this game. And not a lot of them had Italian jerseys on, so very embarrassed.
And then Ukraine also, they beat Scotland in Hampden Park, so now they're in the playoff final against Wales.
Yeah, which is in 3 days' time.
3 days' time, so we'll have more on that.
Who do you want to win that?
Ukraine.
Yeah, everyone. But this isn't Eurovision, Jason. They're going to have to
get past Gareth Bale.
Yeah, he wasn't at the Eurovision.
5-time.
Where do you think he's going?
I don't know. He said he's had loads of offers from Premier League clubs.
Fair.
So
I kind of would like him at Milan, but he never bothered learning Spanish, so I can't imagine he'll learn Italian.
I think he'd go back to the Premier League. There's talk that he might go. They were talking about maybe he go to Cardiff in the Championship just to play, but he's more than capable of playing when he wants to for Premier League. So like, be weird to see him playing in the Premier League for someone that wasn't Spurs or even Southampton. Like, but we'll have to see. Back to the Premier League though. That's my shout.
Okay, yeah, makes sense.
Right, Ships Games says, are refractors just becoming overprinted base compared to numbered cards, and what is the future value of refractors? This refers to print runs are going up and up and up, and refractors that used to be, you know, if a card was a silver prism or if it was a refractor, that used to mean something, and now it seems like if it's not numbered, no one wants it.
I think that's a fair assessment. I still think like a PSA 10 refractor there's more like it's worth grading versus you'd never grade base in this day and age, you know?
Yeah.
But I do think it's fair to say maybe I mean, look at the pack odds, because I don't know if there's some refractors, like if there's an of 399 parallel, how many refractors, but I think there's more than 400 refractors. So I would say it's a good shout. Probably stick to numbered cards.
Yeah, I mean, if you can stick to numbered cards, but yeah, like we've had some success selling SGC 10s of Pedri refractors and stuff like that, and
that's from last year now. To be fair.
From last year, so 2022. I mean,
yeah, hard to know.
Hard to know because there's so many sets now as well. Like, so you have refractors from Stadium Club, refractors from Chrome, refractors from Merlin. You know, all these different things. So if you can stick to numbered, stick to numbered. And then what really confuses the issue is that you've got unnumbered parallels, some of which have like
super low print runs,
super low, and then some of which have super high print runs.
Yeah.
So it's hard to know what to do. The future value of refractors, I would say ungraded is not great, but as long as it's graded, you're always in with a shout.
That's fair. I think keep an eye on image variations as well. Those are super short print, but yeah, keep an eye. Print runs matter. If you're talking value, if you're talking long term money going up, like if you're long term investment, whatever, then yeah, don't hold on to base, don't hold on to refractors necessarily. Depending on the set, depending on the year, but in modern day times, stick to the numbered, stick to the image variations, stick to the inserts that are rare.
Yeah, it depends on the player as well. Like obviously, like there's a curve, and the more popular a player is, the more value his common cards will have. So for players that are in that medium range to low range in terms of potential or in terms of current status, you have to be up in the low numbers, if that makes sense. But for players like that are just phenomenons that are coming through, then obviously refractors are okay.
But I do think like the 2019, 20 and backwards, refractor meant a lot.
Yes, agreed.
Last year we had some success with our refractors, so there was still value there, especially in a good grade, obviously. But this year it does seem like you can I'd still sleeve them, you know, open in a box. I'd sleeve for sure. But yeah, you'd have to imagine that the print runs have gone a bit crazy on them, and it's harder to invest or, you know, get a good amount for them versus numbered cards for sure.
Yeah, agreed. Like a Gavi refractor from this year isn't gonna ever be the same as an Ansu Fati refractor from 2 years ago.
Yeah, but it's not nothing by any way.
This is from Soccer Card Dealer. in regards to recently transferred players, when is the best time to cash in / sell in?
That's interesting because I haven't seen a huge boom for transfers yet. Like the Haaland, I don't think his price went crazy when he went to City yet. Julian Alvarez definitely hasn't. I mean, he's had a bit of a boom, but not. That was his 6 goals and whatever. But it depends. I'm trying to think of.
I was
sorry.
No, I was going to say about there's a couple of different cases from this summer that I can think of, or from this winter I can think of, like Kulusevski.
Yeah.
Going, no one had any idea that he would be as. I mean, he's performed better than Luis Diaz, who we all have been super impressed by at Liverpool. Statistically in the Premier League, has been better than him. So Kulusevski, you might say, well, you sell on the hype of the transfer, but Kulusevski to Spurs wasn't an obvious success of a transfer. So it would have been too early to sell. Whereas after a couple of months, when it was clear he was made for the Premier League and he's having all the success with goals and assists, he's pitching in, helping the Champions League qualification, then you sell. But with someone like, okay, let's use Luis Diaz, going from Porto, only has a few numbered rookie cards. Again, you've no idea how he's going to do. Because his supply is so low, maybe you do sell the hype there.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's hard to know. Like it depends on the player.
I think the Haaland one's interesting because I think maybe his star was just so high already that it's kind of hard to kind of pump it up.
Yeah, it was kind of baked in.
Yeah, so I think like if he starts performing, like now wouldn't be the time to sell. I think you have to hope he performs at City versus flopping, and then you'll probably be the time to sell. But yeah, it's a case by case basis. I don't think there's a clear cut maybe there's a formula, but it's not the same for everything. So maybe like the formula is, as you said, Luis Diaz, smaller club to a big club, not too many rookies, boom. Because that's supply demand. The demand is going to
exactly
because of the transfer and because of the hype. And if the supply is low enough, boom. But obviously he then continued to perform at Liverpool. So
now it's even higher. Yeah,
yes, exactly. You wouldn't know. But yeah, it's an interesting one. I don't think transfers are having as much of an impact as you would expect it to do. And partially, I think that's because the transfer window is such a... Like, transfers don't happen throughout the year. They happen in this kind of specific window. So it's not like there's one crazy transfer. There's like 20 transfers happening, like just transfers every day.
Yeah. And I think there's some confusion out there. We sometimes get questions in the DMs and stuff about, like, is this person who transferred now going to be in this product and stuff like that? I think there's some confusion maybe internationally as to how the transfer system works. It's not like if you're like, I don't know, it's different. Like most transfers just happen and you kind of hear about them and then they pass. And if they're not like a transfer deadline day transfer, they're less remarkable. And the market's not that hot to where like one transfer goes like boom,
Yeah, I agree. I mean, the last like big transfer I remember is just the Neymar one. That one came out of nowhere, and it was like, holy shit! He started breaking shirt sale records, stuff like that. Because that was just such a Jesus fucking Christ, Like if Mbappe turned around and was like, "I'm playing for this team now," like today, it would be Jesus fucking Christ because he's committed to PSG. So it would be like, what the fuck just happened? And then it would be like crazy story.
Yeah,
we've had that. Like Paul Pogba's leaving United. That's kind of a big story, but I don't know.
Yeah, I think the Haaland one was just interesting. He was already so priced so highly that it was almost.
But like it was before he went to Dortmund, and it was as clear as day, based on the requirements in his contract, that this was going to be a temporary thing for a couple of years, and my buyout clause has to be low enough that I will 100% be bought. You're not allowed to put a 100 million, 200 million, 1 billion price tag on me. I'm coming here to leave here eventually. I'm going to come here, score goals, up my stock, and go somewhere else. So that was built into his shit. So in the same way, obviously we know Mbappe will leave someday, but we knew Haaland was here for 1 or 2 seasons max. So it was totally expected. But it is still weird that there hasn't been huge hype of him going to City. But I guess it's probably because City's not a big club. Like if it was Liverpool, the fans would be yapping about it. There'd be 100 compilations made.
Yeah.
Everyone would be talking about it, but it's City. So it's just like, okay, rich people bought a player. Okay.
True. This is from Michael Perez in the DMs. Got a question for this week's Postcards United. Who are a couple of your favorite players to buy this summer during the off season? This is for both of us. So a couple of players you're thinking of buying now, whose value might increase next season. Enzo's disappeared completely. He's back.
Oh, because I went to get this guy.
Julian Alvarez.
Julian Alvarez is Panini Instant. I'm Mr. Panini Instant, by the way.
Yeah. Mr. Panini Instant TM.
I have a feeling, again, it's hard to know if he's going to get his games for City, but I seen him come on against Italy last night. It excited me that Argentina are giving him hype. How do you not give hype to a kid that scores so many goals this year just off the back of 6?
Mm-hmm.
This specific one is only of 449.
Yep.
And a lot of our followers have it because we did pick it up when we heard about the transfer and we spoke about it. I think he could really go crazy in the Premier League, potentially, for City. I think he's well built for them, and I think that's one of those ones where like the supply is low. So when the demand heats up, that could be a crazy one for the off season again, because you expect him to have a good World Cup potentially. Like he could really get in the mix in the World Cup team, and probably has more of a substitute versus a starter. But I think if he gets his game time for Pep Guardiola, like it's hard to not score goals in that team, especially for a prolific goal scorer. So I think he is good. I don't know who else. Let me think. Jason, if you have anything.
I think, like, for me, I don't know. I just, talking about Leo Messi earlier, like, it's unbelievable how low his prices went over the season with PSG. Like, it's just...
His rookies are cheap right now. Like, they're not PSA 10s, but, like, I mean, compared to where they were, they're very cheap. But, like, the PSA 9s and 8s, very affordable.
Very affordable. And there's so many players from other sports that are so much worse than Leo Messi, relatively speaking. Like, they're a top 20 all time, top 50 all time, top 10 all time players in basketball and baseball in NFL that are, you know, sky high compared to Leo Messi, in terms of their rookies. And Leo Messi is not a top 10, top 20, top 50. He's a top 1, top 2, you know?
Yeah.
Top 3, top 4 max. And so, like, I just think he's so low. And if last night, obviously we're biased because of last night, but if last night was anything to go off, I think the World Cup is going to remind everyone.
Maybe in France, like, he's seen what happened with Neymar and his injuries, and he literally played in PSG with his foot off the gas, being like, I am not risking an injury going into what could be my final hurrah and final chance at winning a fucking World Cup.
Yeah, I'm not going to get kicked.
Every chance.
Yeah, that's true.
I am not going to be at a running pace because fuck you, motherfuckers.
Yeah.
I've seen what y'all farmers do to Neymar's fucking ankles. Fuck y'all. Like, I genuinely think that is a narrative that has not been said, you know?
Yeah. Where he's just keeping himself fit, keeping himself sharp.
Yeah, running about, trying to play more in the midfield just to get the ball, pass the ball, get the ball. But, like, literally in his head, I am not taking a kick to the ankle by one of these motherfucking journeyman motherfuckers.
Yeah. Yeah, that could be true. I saw as well, like, I think, just speaking of Neymar, Japan were playing, not Japan, sorry, Japan played as well this morning, but Brazil were playing against South Korea this morning, and they beat them 5-1 or something.
Can I say?
Yeah.
I couldn't. Vinny Jr. has been playing so well. The idea of him, Neymar, in the same team.
Yeah.
And a few others. Sorry, I don't know if you were going there, but
I was just going to say that Neymar was playing actually behind the front three. He's playing midfield today. I think he was behind Vinicius Jr., Rafinha, and Richarlison.
Yeah.
And Brazil topped the qualification group for South America for the World Cup. They were obviously beaten in the final of the Copa America by Argentina. And I think they've got a good team going into the World Cup. They're another one of the favourites. And I think Neymar is another player that, not just this offseason, but for the last few years, maybe since
the last
World Cup, he could be one to look at. And then, yeah, there's a few other ones, but I think, like, for me, it's now about gearing up for the World Cup because the Champions League is over.
Mbappe as well.
Mbappe, yeah. I for me, it's just it's who's going to start the World Cup.
Yeah, and I actually think I would like to throw Rafael Leão into that mix because he's been so good for Milan that if he gets a starting place for Portugal, which is far from guaranteed because he's not been in favour with Portugal, you know, the manager really kind of has his team. He's been there for so long. But if Leão is playing with the Portuguese players that they have, Like, I'm like, because the way he's been setting up Giroud, the way he's been getting to the byline, dragging it back, if he can get a link like that with Cristiano Ronaldo, like he could be getting big hype, terrorizing defenses.
Well, there's talk of him being a target for Real Madrid now because their Mbappe fund is freed up.
Don't be buying our players.
Well, there's talk that they might swoop in, so that would be huge. So Rafa Leao is a very good shout there.
He has a few rookies as well, but he has the rookie ticket, which is probably
it's also kind of an iconic design as well, which is nice.
Helps.
Speaking of Julian Alvarez, the Calcio Corner Shop says we took Enzo advice and made our first ever volume play and have got hold of some Julian Alvarez Gold Adrenaline XL and a sticker from River Plate. What do you guys view on him not being in the Chrome checklist this year? And does that make his River Plate releases more valuable? Or do we think that his Premier League Prism and Tops releases with the inevitable RC next year will take over?
I think they will take over. I think the Panini Instant, again, Argentinian, River Plate, it's not... the supply is so low. I think it's actually a hard grade as well. I think a lot of them have notches, Jason. I think ours do have notches, which is really... I don't know what I'm doing here. Which is really sad. Again, I think River Plate, I think it's such an iconic kit that it will kind of matter in the same way Salzburg matters for Haaland, or the same way Monaco, probably a better example, the same way Monaco matters for Kylian Mbappe. It's too iconic. The number 9 jersey,
and he's also not a 17-year-old or 18-year-old kid. Like, he's in his 20s, so it's like he's not like he's been signed up as a teenager and will kind of be having his rookie season. He's been a star in South America for a couple of years.
Yeah.
So I think that the River Plate stuff is going to stick around. But obviously, like his low numbered stuff from Premier League Prism, from his Tops Chrome, all the autos, anything like that.
Like his first auto still has to happen. So that's going to be big.
Like, and he's probably going to be in World Cup Prism. So I would be looking at those, the Argentina rookies.
That's fair. World Cup Prism. I do think you can get good stuff off them, but I would be scared that the market says fuck stickers and fuck Adrenaline XL a little bit. Like, I would be fearful of that.
Yeah, they're Panini 365 stickers. I believe he's on a dual sticker with that, but I do think that one is earlier than the Panini Instant.
Yeah, okay.
So we're waiting to see, but I think if you look at, like, you know, he might be in Mosaic, Road to the World Cup Mosaic, and then he might be in World Cup Prism. So you're going to have those coming out before you get to his Premier League Prism and his Champions League Chrome and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think the River Plate stuff is good, and like when he makes a splash, that will all sell. Even if you don't make huge money off it or you don't grade it or whatever, it'll all sell.
Yeah.
So a really good volume play.
Yeah, I think the Prism shout was a really good one. I think that could be like a big, like, it's
big card
or whatever, but that could be like one of the big chases in World Cup Prism.
Well, like, the obvious parallel that you made, which is Mbappe. It's almost exactly mapped. You know, he had Monaco stuff, then he has France stuff. It's like he has, you know, the River Plate, then he has the Argentina, and if you have a low numbered, your gold Prism of 10. This is possibly the best Julian Alvarez card ever made.
If they don't have Alvarez and World Cup Prism, they
don't know what they're
fucking
They don't know what they're doing.
Oh no, we can go mad. That's a fucking episode, Jason.
And they have enough time now. They're on notice.
Oh, they'd want to get their shit. They probably already have it all printed. Like, you wouldn't know.
Yeah.
But right now I don't even think, because that's a question I don't think anyone has asked us. Like, who are the chases in World Cup Prism this year? You know, and right now, top of my head, Julian Alvarez is one of the biggest ones.
Yep, completely.
100%, completely.
That's why you listen to Soccer Cards United.
The lads.
This is Japan Sports Cards, who says, I would like to hear your opinions on a few end of club season awards in regards to soccer cards. So, do you want to do this on the main show or do you want to do it on postcards?
I honestly don't mind. Depends on if you think the main show. Oh, if it's a main show, you're not here.
We could do it the week after next.
Just wait a long time. Best transfer, most disappointing transfer, most surprising performer, top Jude class performer.
Because I just thought that might want to put a bit of
effort into it.
Bit of effort into that.
This is an effort. We're not doing effort right now. Yeah, no, let's save it. If you remember to save it, we'll save it for a week and a half.
Right, Japan Sports Cards. We're going to get back to that.
Or the next Thursday.
Or next Thursday we can do it.
Yeah, next week. Give ourselves a week.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, fair. Good question. Very good.
Great question. So thanks for. We should have done an end of year.
We'll get there. We'll
get there. I'm traipsing in and out of
We're going different countries. We're globetrotters now, Jason.
Yeah. If Sadio Mane ends up at Bayern, do Sane and Gnabry try and leave to get playing time, or do they stay on the bench of Powerhouse? So I heard that internally in Bayern Munich, they are readjusting the narrative around Leroy Sané. Apparently, he felt there was a lot of pressure on him this season. They were putting a lot of pressure on him to come in from Man City. He was expensive and, be really good and be prolific. And so what somebody internally there said is that we're now taking the pressure off him and lowering our expectations in the hope that he can grow into the team again. Fresh start. Gnabry is currently negotiating a contract as well.
Yeah, I'd say Gnabry wants to stay there. His career has had such a weird trajectory, and he's like, I'm happy at Bayern. I think he would be happy enough on the bench coming off. I think he would.
Yeah, I mean, I think they're offering him 10 million a year, and he wants slightly more. So I don't know. Mane, I think at Bayern is going to be unbelievable, though.
Yeah, but no Lewandowski, so it's going to be a bit of a change-up unless they put a new target man up there.
Yeah, do you know who actually they're thinking of is Zaza Kalajdzic, the Austrian from a place for Stuttgart, and he has some old tops now, and he has I think his rookie card is from it's from Stars of the Season or something this year. Got the RC, got parallels on it. So Zaza Kalajdzic is someone.
Does he have any no cards in Chrome?
He has cards in Chrome, but they're not his rookie. Do you know what I mean? Like he's not in top. He's not in.
There's no rookie logo, but does he have like a first top Chrome in the same season of his Stars of the Season?
No, I don't think so. No.
Oh,
I think he's in Stars of the Season 20.
20?
Yeah, and then he's in Chrome this year, but he wasn't in Chrome last year, I think.
So the Chrome with the Jude Bellingham rookie, he's not in that?
I don't think so.
Oh, but he's going to be in the Chrome this year?
As far as I know, he's in flagship, yeah.
Okay, cool, interesting.
So they're looking at him. Anyway, that's not the main thing. Mane to Bayern should be good. I think Sané and Gnabry are as likely to stay as they are to go.
Fair. I think Sané is such an interesting player. Could pop off. I think like Sané as a right wing and Mane on the left could be what they try to do. Who knows?
Like if you remove Lewandowski,
there's a lot of space for change.
It opens up everything. Because now you can basically do whatever you want, whereas you always, and rightly so, like not as a criticism at all, but no matter who was the manager, but Lewandowski's the first name of the team sheet,
Yeah.
It's like Neuer and Lewandowski, and you can fill in everyone in between. So, right, here's a little F1 question to tease episode 90.
Okay.
So this is from F1 Car Collectors UK, who says, little F1 question for you, lads. In 3 years, would you rather have Verstappen or Leclerc cards, taking inspiration from the Mbappe-Haaland debate last week?
I think we both would be in agreement, and we are both biased also, but Leclerc.
Yeah, Leclerc.
I'd say Leclerc because Verstappen won championship last year, and I don't think his prices went too crazy. I think a lot of people hate him.
Yeah.
But you would they're both young. And you would think that Red Bull and Verstappen are going to be doing what they're doing for many years to come. So
yeah,
you could say Verstappen, but I think Charles Leclerc comes with him more likable one, but Ferrari too, so iconic.
Yeah.
But it would all depend on can Leclerc win because we're talking 3 years, can he win a championship in those years? Because if Verstappen wins for the next 3 years, for example, then you'd rather have Verstappen.
Then you'd rather have Verstappen, yeah.
But I'd be backing. We have an off 25 Sapphire Leclerc, which is like a really high end card. Yes, we are biased, Jason, for sure. But you'd like. It just depends on if you think Leclerc will win a championship. I think he will, but I was hoping for him to win this year. It's starting to look like it might not happen. But I don't know. But I guess get what you like. I think if Leclerc didn't win for 3 years, like maybe Verstappen's price would be higher in 3 years if he does win, but I think I'd be really happy if Leclerc is still challenging every year and he's a really good driver with the potential to in 4 years, 5 years win a title. I have this really cool rookie of someone in a Ferrari suit, assuming we don't sell it, someone in a Ferrari suit, and I think that would make me more happier if both of their prices went to zero. I'd be like, this is Ferrari, this is Charles Leclerc.
Yeah, I think I was thinking the exact thing. I wasn't even actually thinking about the cards we own, but I almost had the exact same thing, which is like Verstappen. Like,
I don't like him.
I don't like him. So, and I don't think he's marketable. I don't think he's likable. I don't think he's ever.
Can you think of a football player that he kind of equates to a little bit? Not in terms of how good he is or how bad he is, but in terms of you wouldn't want to have their cards necessarily.
Well, I was thinking more of it in terms of the fact that driving for Red Bull and everything, just like it's a bit like, I don't know, the whole thing just seems a bit like
a farce,
a bit of tin pot, like
like a player moving to PSG. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Oh, did you win? Did you? Great.
I think Leclerc is just more likable, and I think
Ferrari's more iconic.
Yeah, that's
more attractive. It's more prestigious.
And I'd say more fans.
Way more fans.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But that's important. Like, do you want a Man United player? Do you want to?
That's what I mean. Yeah.
If you're trying to back someone, a City might be winning all the time, but if the United team is good, there's going to be a lot more demand as well. Financial.
Verstappen's just like one of those guys like that. I think he could win a lot, but I don't think he's ever going to be like a global sport icon. Do you know what I mean? Like I was watching the tennis the other night, and John McEnroe was commentating, and John McEnroe, one of the great tennis players, but not like in the conversation for best tennis player of all time. Mm-hmm. But in terms of if you're into tennis or if you're into sport, like John McEnroe going like, you cannot be serious, and like just like being like a lunatic on the court, and like he has like a big cultural footprint, and I worry about Verstappen's cultural footprint, because he kind of just seems like a little bastard who just likes, and he's always moaning.
I'd love to chat to a lot of people from the Netherlands, because obviously he's loved over there, but I'd like to think a lot of them don't like him too.
Do they feel, is there a similar thing with Verstappen as we have with Conor McGregor?
I was about to say that. Maybe. But I think McGregor's more of a lunatic. Like, Verstappen's unlikable. McGregor's a cokehead a little bit,
Yeah.
Stuff like that. So it's a bit different. But I don't know, because I only ever obviously hear about the good stuff from the Netherlands, because the only time I see Dutch people kind of interacting with Max Verstappen is people that go to the race, and of course they're supporting their Dutch man, obviously. I don't know.
I would rather have Leclerc cards, because I think it would take less for Leclerc's
to
go up than it would for Verstappen's.
Yeah, and again, he won it very controversially last year. Maybe that impacted it, but I do think more likable.
Because I think, like, for Leclerc, people want him to succeed. Mm-hmm. Like, Verstappen has to become undeniably one of the greatest drivers ever. Leclerc can kind of like, if he wins, everyone goes like, you did so good, like, yeah. So I think that. And also I wanted to bring this up because next week for episode 90, it's not me on the show, it's you and our friend Faye.
Yeah, I'm still mentally trying to figure out how I'm going to do it all, Jason.
Mm-hmm.
How am I going to get that audio together? How am I going to do all
that?
Well,
I was going to edit it.
No, you don't edit this one.
Well, I was going to do what I do to this one.
Okay, maybe that one. Okay, great. Thank God.
Woo! Because I just thought it'd be too much.
I wouldn't be able.
It's just I would have to. Anyway, so Faye is coming on, and of course Faye is a F1 fanatic and also an AC Milan fanatic. So this is going to be kind of an episode next week about Milan and F1.
Maybe there might be things that happen in the hobby that we need to get to, Jason. But yeah, in general, that's might be where it goes. We'll do our best to fill in while you're away.
Yeah, I mean, do whatever you want. But
don't be telling us what to do. You just told us it's going to be a Milan.
But I thought that's what it was going to be. I didn't know you're going to just do a normal show.
Oh, believe me, I'm going to show you how replaceable you are.
Oh, great.
Oh, fantastic. Well, hold on a minute. I don't know what's going to happen. We'll see.
Right. Well, so tune into that, folks. It sounds good. So this is from Jake the Mailman. He says, do you have any idea what this new addition to Topps Chrome is? Topps reaches into the past with framed rookie stickers. These are buybacks of the original rookie stickers that have been put into frames to make them similar in size to normal trading cards. Yeah, they're basically like the Panini ones.
Yeah, I was going to say, Panini did that for, I think it was, what's that? Was it a World Cup Prism? No.
Could have been World Cup Prism.
I'm going to find it. I think it was.
Yeah, I think it was. Basically, like it's a sticker in a frame like a normal trading card size frame, and they have autographs as well. So they're very cool. And the basically Tops is not a new thing. They're doing something that Panini have done before. So
It was in Panini Treble. So Panini took the World Cup stickers from 2018,
mm-hmm.
and in Panini Treble they framed it and they got them to sign it. I don't know if it's a print auto or an on-card auto, to be honest. Oh no, the autograph is authenticated, so I think it's an on-card auto. So here, let's. Oh my god, that's never gonna work, is it?
No, that won't work. If people just search,
there it is. If you search Panini World Cup sticker auto, you'll see it. It's Panini Treble.
Panini Treble World Cup sticker.
They're beautiful. They're beautiful. So I'm assuming Tops are doing that. I would love to see them do that with their Haaland, the Salzburg Haaland sticker, but I don't know if they will.
I don't know who actually is on that checklist.
Yeah.
For that, but that's what's happening. I think Haaland is on it, but I'm not sure what card he's on it with.
Oh, must be a Salzburg.
Must be, surely.
Sticker. Yeah. So, and that's probably where that idea came from. But yeah, Panini did it, but they had autographs on it, which was cooler. So.
Right. Okay, and then Sancho Soccer Cards has come in and said, I haven't heard a rate my purchase in a long time, so I'll bring that back. Picked up this Robert Lewandowski of 65 for $120 a few months ago. What do you reckon a potential move does to his price? Might taint his Bayern legacy, but increase his appeal to collectors of the club he signs for.
I think that's a great purchase.
I think it's a great purchase. I think Lewandowski, if he so this is a PSA 9 for anyone that can't see. It's if he goes to another club, he wants to go to Barcelona, he goes to another club and scores a big load of Reka goals there and wins trophies there, then he kind of goes from legendary Bundesliga striker and Bayern Munich striker to kind of just legendary striker.
Yeah.
Because I think he's always attached at the moment to Bayern Munich.
The Bundesliga as well.
The Bundesliga as well. And obviously he's had great Champions League performances and scored, hat-tricks against Real Madrid, hat-trick against Real Madrid and all that stuff. But he is kind of attached to the Bundesliga. So he's also going to another World Cup in November with Poland. So
a Polish man will buy that off you for more than 120. Let me tell you. I think if he went to the Premier League, he'd fucking be adored.
Destroy,
to the moon. I'd be buying his shit like crazy if he signed for like Chelsea or something.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's a great purchase. Any high end Robert Lewandowski, especially his World Cup Prism.
Was he in 2014? No. Well, I think he might have been in 2016 Euro Prism, but it's not the same.
No, well, that's good, but like I think you're safe Prism. With World Cup Prism.
First Prism though. But low numbered Prism, you're golden.
You're golden. It's low numbered enough. It's at 9. It's $120. I think you're set for that.
You couldn't grade that purchase. For 120 in these days. That's brilliant.
And then, sorry, 1 second. And then Hale Len Card says, if we're doing rate my purchases, my 2002 World Cup Zlatan rookie in a Blue PSA back. 9, blue back, particularly for Enzo. Will Ibra retire this summer, or is he coming back for one last dance after his injury? I love his story, the whole return to Milan, bringing the Scudetto home. And which outcome do you think will have the biggest effect on his early cards and stickers? A comeback or him hanging up his boots? I know stickers sometimes don't get the love they deserve, but being Ibra's first ever release, this one is pretty special in my eyes. It's actually not Ibra's first ever release.
Yeah, no, he has one sticker before that for Ajax.
No,
is it Ajax?
No, it's Malmo.
Malmo, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's the one. That's the one.
Yeah, that's really hard to get, though. That's really hard to get. Almost never comes up.
Yeah, it's so rare that people don't see it. But that's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful sticker, especially blueback. Blueback's rarer.
Yeah. Looks great.
Yeah. You made a good bit of money buying them and selling them.
Buying and selling them, yeah.
Yeah. I still have a couple that I think are in really, really, really good condition. Not blueback, though. I can't tell. His injury is really, really bad.
Yeah, his knee is completely fucked.
Yeah, so I'd imagine he'd like to retire.
Mm-hmm.
I expect him to do that. I don't know. It's hard.
I actually think for his legacy, it'd be better if he just retired now.
Yeah.
Because it's clean. Because he's not going to play a lot next season anyway.
Yeah.
So, in terms of narrative and in terms of like
going out on a
high, instead of kind of just slowly drifting out of the squad, and then like let's say, God forbid, you don't win the Scudetto again next season.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like what happened, whereas if he goes now, Sweden aren't going to the World Cup. Poland knocked them out. So it's like go now, and then we all know that Zlatan will set about, as soon as he retires, he will set about telling his legend and promoting his myth. So better to do that now, I think.
Yeah, I agree.
But that's such a great card and such a great purchase.
Yeah. He didn't say the price though, did he?
No, that's a crucial part of Rate My Purchase.
Yeah, we can't say it's a great, because if you spend 5 million on it, it's not a great purchase, is it?
So probably listeners that don't remember Rate My Purchase. It used to be a regular segment on the show.
People are rusty. People stop purchasing,
and people are new. They we were in the early days. We were rating purchases, and back in those days, every purchase was a big thumbs up.
Yeah, if we went back and looked at them and then rated them today,
oh my god,
people are probably like, bought a load of Sanchos. We're like, that's brilliant.
That's brilliant.
Moving to United, this is going to go very well. And now,
well, Sancho was a great one to talk about selling the hype. Yeah,
true.
But of course, it's Erik ten Hag in there now.
Can I say that's like Haaland to City didn't get the buzz, but Sancho to United got crazy buzz because United has a big fan base. Simple. And
because it was just so hyped up, and like Haaland to City, that was almost weird. It was like Haaland's going to City. Oh, okay.
We haven't even seen like him with the jersey. This is very strange.
Very strange.
But in fairness, how he left Dortmund was weird as well. Like, that doesn't happen. That was very bizarre.
I know.
That was just Haaland's just weird at the minute. That's all we can say about him.
Yeah. And I think also poor Mino Raiola passing away as well.
Yeah, it doesn't help.
Disrupted things.
That could impact Zlatan's decision too. He might say, I don't have an agent. I don't want to even deal with all this. Like, I don't want to leave Milan,
Yeah. Who
knows? He's already done the MLS. It's not like he's going to go to the MLS. He's done it.
No, I think he either sticks around Milan for one more year or he retires.
Yeah.
And I think retire, wrap it up with a bow. It's the perfect. If he retires now, it's perfect.
Yeah. Even like all the videos of him in the dressing room, all that.
Yeah.
It's just like Jesus. He went out a legend,
Completely. All right, thus concludes.
That was a long one. Not a long one.
Cards United.
A good one. Might have been a long one. I don't know. I didn't even see the time.
Might not be a good one.
No, I think it was. I think I could confidently say it was. How about that?
Yeah. Well, that's it for this week's Soccer Cards United shows.
You'll be missed next week, Jason.
Well, Enzo's back on Monday with Faye, and then I'm back on Thursday.
You deserve this one.
I deserve. Now, but to be honest, I'll be worried sick.
Yeah. Is the show gonna go?
Or no, never mind if it goes like that.
Is it gonna go?
Is it gonna go like that? I don't care if it's shite. I've been on shite episodes.
Yeah.
I'm worried. I don't want to get there. I don't want to get the emails. That was brilliant.
That was fucking amazing.
That was amazing. Who was that fella? Get him in every week.
The chemistry these two have, I just don't believe.
Get Jason to work at the shop.
Get him into the storefront.
Right, that's it. We'll see you on the show next week.